Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Jordan, and this is SHC Live. From the very start, our goal has been to bring you a fully student-produced weekly magazine show. Now that we've had a few months to get things up and running, we're ready to do just that. As we begin a new year and a new semester, I now have the distinct pleasure of handing over the SHC Live anchor role to executive producer sophomore Mia Franceschi, who will host the show from now on. Mia, Happy New Year and welcome. It's all yours.
Thanks, Mr. Jordan. Happy to be here. Now, our top story on this Tuesday, January 12th. School is back in session. This week, freshmen and sophomores return in a hybrid model, green cohort on Monday and Tuesday, and blue cohort on Wednesday and Thursday. In order to comply with the Public Health Department's social distancing guidelines, classes are limited to 15 students per day. So while it feels different, both faculty and students are happy to be back. SHC Live's Frankie Spagnoli spoke with a few people yesterday.
This is Frankie Spagnoli, and today we are seeing what a few students and teachers have to say about being back at SHC.
I'm excited to be back in school just to simply see you all and meet you all. It's a good pan on everybody. Oh, it's so nice. We're all here. Wave, hello. I got to say shh through my mask for the first time in 9 months, as I just pointed out. That was a new sensation for me. And I'm just happy to meet everybody. It's nice. It just feels good.
Okay, I'm excited to be back at school because I get to see everyone and meet all of my teachers in person.
Hey, pretty much I'm excited to be back because I can actually get to know my students a little more, seeing them, and just the environment.
I'm excited to be back at school to see my friends and meet my teachers in person.
And for SHC TV, this is Frankie Spagnoli.
Thanks, Frankie. Whether on campus or at home, one of the main topics of conversation these days is the recent events in our nation's capital. Junior Margot Hart asked several students for their thoughts in this piece for The Emerald.
Hey SHC, my name is Margot Hart and I am the Assistant Editor-in-Chief for The Emerald. On January 6th, a group of pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol building as members of Congress were counting the electoral votes. Many people viewed this as an attack on the democratic process and an attempt to encourage members of Congress to go against the results of the election. Instead, later that evening, members of Congress voted to uphold the results, confirming the election of Joe Biden. Following the riots, the Emerald asked SHC students to share their reactions and opinions. Here's what they had to say.
Well, I was in class and I heard about them through TikTok.
I was scrolling through Instagram.
I just finished class and my mom called me down to the living room to see what was happening at the Capitol and watch some of the news coverage with her.
When my dad hollered to me, so I should probably turn on the news.
I was in my bed on my phone.
At home, scrolling through Instagram stories.
I was in my basement, and I was in AP Biology class.
I was shocked.
Shocked.
Shock. Utter shock.
Scared.
Angry.
Embarrassed. Disgusted. Disappointed.
Confused, because I didn't think people would actually be doing something like that over one man.
Mr. Stanley, my AP Comp Sci teacher, he brought it up during class.
My mom and I commented and discussed many aspects of the protest as we were watching all the news coverage, like flipping through news channels.
My family and I talked about it at dinner.
I talked about the protests in my AP Lang class, which was immediately following the events. And I think it really helped all of us to kind of process what had happened.
Insufficient, embarrassing, and impotent.
Inadequate.
I thought there would have been a much better level of security because of the high level during the BLM movement and this being a much greater threat.
I feel like they handled the situation as fairly as they could.
The response from law enforcement was extremely frustrating considering the brutality that Black Lives Matter protesters have received this past year.
Overdue, inaccurate, and unconstructive.
Not surprising, disappointing as his entire term has been.
Severely underdone. I don't think he took responsibility for inciting this violence. at the Capitol building.
The president could have done more because I feel like he would have known that there would have been a Republican gathering there anyway and could have at least enforced it if it was that near to the Capitol.
I felt like he was egging them on and that it was extremely unprofessional.
Terrible, because he continued to lie, saying that the election was fraudulent, when this is exactly why the attack happened in the first place.
I thought that the president's response didn't adequately address the situation, and he probably could have done more to address the situation.
It just felt like he was egging them on, trying to give them justification while telling them to stop. It was insincere.
Thanks, Margot. You can find this video and lots of other great content by visiting the Emerald website at shcpemerald.org or their Instagram, shcpemerald. As we start the new year, let's meet a few of our new teachers. Last week, I spoke with my photography teacher, Mr. Tai Chu. Hey SHC, I'm Mia Franceschi, and I'm here with Mr. Chu, the new photography teacher and yearbook coordinator. So, Mr. Chu, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey Mia, glad to be here. Hey SHC, my name is Mr. Chu. I was born and raised here in the Bay Area, grew up in San Jose, and went to Archbishop Mitty High School. Go Monarchs! Really excited to be a part of the SHC community. I've been doing photography my whole life. I'm so excited to be teaching photography. And actually, Mia, you're one of my students.
I am. Okay, so now that you said that you're a monarch, why come and teach at SHC?
Well, I haven't been a monarch in a while, and so I'm really excited. Go Irish now. Super excited. I've lived in San Francisco for the last 10 years, and it's now a place I call home. I love the community here. I love the city. It really means a lot to me. And it means a lot that I get to know the students of SHC, the heartbeat of San Francisco, a little bit better. And also, to be teaching photography has been a dream of mine. I've been doing it professionally, mostly shooting photography, but this is the first time that I've been in a capacity of teaching, and I love it. And I love inspiring students, and I love the way that students inspire me with their work as well.
Awesome. So you're coming back to campus this week. Are you excited for in-person learning? And if so, what are you excited about?
Well, I'm not excited. There, of course, is an element of nerves just because I might be a little rusty. I haven't done this in a few months. But I think I'm most excited to see how tall you all are. I have no idea how tall you are. And for you to see me in person and just to have, you know what I miss? I miss jokes. You don't get to joke around as much on Zoom because you students can't all talk with each other and you can't hear each other make side comments. And I know it can get annoying sometimes for some teachers, but I love just hearing side chatter. It helps me remind me that you all are living, breathing human beings, and I'm not just talking into a void all the time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chu. And for SHC Live, I'm Mia Franceschi. Thanks, Mr. Chu, and see you on campus tomorrow. SHC Live will feature more new teachers each week, so stay tuned. More good news for Irish athletics. Senior Evan Branch Haynes has committed to play football at the University of Arizona. Congratulations, Evan. Go Irish and bear down. Now, a new edition of our Lasallian Vincentian Words of Wisdom. We welcome longtime teacher and coach from the class of 1998, Mr. Dunne.
Hello, SHC students and SHC community. This is Mr. Dunne checking in here. Happy New Year. Let's hope 2021 treats us a little bit better than 2020. But not all is lost on 2020. Looking back, I've come to the terms with a couple things. One, it's very important to keep things that matter to you most close to your heart. A lot of things changed in 2020, but it gave me some perspective. I can look back and I know that my family, my friends, my students, my community, which really matters to me the most. And going forward, that's what I'm going to hold dear from this year. You have to remember to keep the things close to you, near and dear. Love them every day, treat them well, tell them you love them, and it will be, there will be brighter days ahead. So signing off for SHC Live, this is Mr. Dunne.
That's all for week 14 of SHC Live, and today we leave you with some action from campus yesterday. As always, we remind you to submit ideas for video segments to shclive@shcp.edu. This is Mia Franceschi signing off until next Tuesday. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.